As of now, we are completed with the assigning part. Now the next part, that is the analysis part. So our model here, init model, our assigning part is completed. Now the analysis part. In the analysis part, we first of all check the check model, then we run the analysis and check the three checks. We will be covering all these checks in this video. Okay, so let's get started. Here we go to our model. In it, we will be moving to this analyze. First of all, we will check the model, whatever detail we have added, it is correct or not. So go to analyze, check model, then we check it for the two steps, that is the 1 mm lane tolerance and the 10 mm lane tolerance. Just select all these items and just click on OK. Then after it will run here and we give it a warning like model has checked, no warning message was generated, just close it. Then once again go to analyze, check model, here choose here for the 10 mm tolerance, just select all and choose here as the and click on OK. Then after we can see that the model has checked, no warning message was generated, and close this. OK. Now the check model has been completed. Now the next step, that is the run analysis part. Here you can directly click on this run analysis, or you can directly go to this in the menu bar, go to analyze, and here we go to this run analysis. Just click on it and it will run the analysis, and like this deformation will be shown to you. Okay, here you can run the analysis. Here you can start the analysis, start the animation. Okay, here you can see a sound like this of coming. Okay, just stop this animation, or you can scroll it faster and make it slower also. Okay, like this way it works, and it is present for the different modes. Presently it is for the displacement with the dead. Here we can see it for the displacement with the live, where you can see that it is changing displacement with the wall load. Whatever the load pattern we have added, we can see it for each and every case. Okay, then after we just move on to this dead, and then after now we will be start with the another step, that is the checking the three checks that we have seen. The three checks are the check deform shape, where we check for the deflection, then the check member forces, and check the reactions. So for that we just to go to this hour here. Here we are going to for the three checks, that is the check deform shape for the deflection, and for the check member forces, check reactions. So let's get started with the first check, that is the check deform shape, which is deflection. Here we just undeform it. Okay, and then we go to this uh, display. In display we go for this deform shape, or you can directly choose this option from here, show deform shape. A window will open up the deform shape like this, and in it we first of all you can check it for the different types of the cases, but we generally do it for the combo. Here in it we just do it for the dead load plus live load combo. Here the scaling as the automatic, and here the contour option we'll choosing this on as the draw contours on the object. Here the contour component, show contour contour for, here we choose for the displacement with the user direction. Okay, here in the contour range we will be choosing here as the minimum and the maximum displacement will be in the form of the Okay, and here in the option we will both choose here as the wire shadow and the cubic curve. And in the animation control, do not change anything here, just click on apply, and you can see that all these detail are being seen perfectly. Just click on OK, and you can see it perfectly that this minus of 16.8 kilometer, this mm, this is minus of 16.8 mm. Okay, and this displacement is been coming because of this slab, because it is 7 meter distance, which is very much larger. Okay, that's why it is coming. Okay, then after we will see that 16.8, which is in the permissible limit. The displacement limit for the dead load plus live load, that is the unfactored load. For the unfactored load combination, that it should not pass 20 mm, and it is currently at as the minus of 16.8, means it is in the permissible limit. So where it is the 20 mm criteria, just go to the IS code. Here go to our model here. Here in it we can see that the deflection for the IS 456-2000, which is present in this page number 50 on the IS 456-2000. This criteria is present. I will just move on here to you that 50, page number 50. Here you can see that some detail of this page number 30, some detail are being seen here. The deflection shall generally be limited to the following. The final deflection due to all the loads, including the effect of the temperature, creep, shrinkage, and the measured from the as cast level of the support of the floor, roofs, and all the other horizontal members, should not normally exceed the span by 250. And the second criteria is the it should not same thing for the it should not normally exceed the span by 350 or 20 mm, whichever less. We generally take this 20 mm criteria, and for the easier purpose. Okay, so as of now in our model, it is being taken as the minus of 16.8, then it is okay. So the first check has been completed, so just undeform it, and then after, to see the same detail of it in this plan view also, you can see the same detail. Just go to undeformed, just choose here as the draw contours on the objects, just choose on here as the apply. You can see that same detail are being seen perfectly here. Same way you can see the for the 3D view, and just I will move this part here, and you can see that minus of 16.8 for the this plan view is seen, and this is same the way it is being seen here. Okay, this is being seen because of the 7 meter span, that it is very much bigger span, so it is complicated to make it. Okay, so it is showing that much deflection. Otherwise it will be, our range will be about 10 meter only, 10 mm only. Okay, just close this and just click on this undeformed. Now we will see for the second check, that is the check member forces. Here where it is present, like here you can directly click here on this option, or you can directly go to this option of the display force stress diagram. In it we can choose directly here as the frame pair spectral link forces, or directly click here effect. I prefer you directly choose from here. Okay, or you can directly choose here. Just click here and a window will open of the member force diagram of the for the frames. Okay, we will be dealing here in the combo type. You can do it for the all the types as the dead, live, all loads. Okay, then after we will be just doing for the dead load plus live load combo, that is the unfactored load. Okay, factored load and unfactored load. Factored load are those which are being applied with this combination like 1.5, 1.2. They are the factored load, and unfactored loads are the single ones like dead load plus live load. No scale factor has been applied, so they are the unfactored load. We will be dealing here with only the unfactored loads. Okay, just choose here as the component as the moment. Here we will be seeing the bending moment diagrams. Okay, axial force diagram, torsion diagram, shear force diagram. Here just choose as the bending moment. Here choose the scaling as the automatic display field option, field diagram, and include the frames. Just click on apply, and you can see that this window will open like this. When you right click on this, escape it, and when you right click, if you can see that the red circle is being seen. When you right click on that red circle, window will open of the particularly beam that is been highlighted here of the terrace level. Its detail are being seen perfectly like this, that it is showing the load combination with respect to the dead load plus live load combo, and it is showing the shear force diagram and the moment diagram. Here you can see that the shear force is being seen here, and the bending moment is being seen here like this way. Okay, this is the total span, and here you can see the deflection also. We have seen in the previous video how it is dealt. We generally see this deflection in the form of the absolute, and you can see that 13 mm is the deflection is being seen at the maximum level, as it is at the 3.5 meter from the base. Okay, just click on OK, and like this way we deal with the bending moment. Same way we can see its all value by just clicking on the show values at the controlling station on the diagram. Just click on apply, and you can see that the values are being seen. You can just scroll and see its values. Okay, just I will uncheck it and just click on apply, and same way we can see it for the floor this plan view also. Just drag it and just click on this apply, and you can see that perfectly all this detail. By right clicking on this particular beam, you can see the more detail of it as the bending moment and the shear force. Just click on done, and then after we will be move forward to the next check, that is the shear force shears. Here we will just click on apply, and you can see that the shear values is seen here. The shear values is highest at the top, and as we move down, the shear value is lowest at the bottom. Okay, as and for the axial force, now we will be, this is for the shear. When you right click on this beam, when you right click on this beam, you can see that its values are being shown in properly like this way. Okay, of the deflection and all that. It is been showing for that this beam. It's not showing for this column. We generally see it for the column, this shear. just choose right click on it, and you can see that the share is been perfectly seen here. Okay, share values are being seen here, and the moment our values are being seen for this column. Okay, just click on OK. Now we will dealing with the axial force. Just click on apply, and you can see that the axial force is being seen perfectly here. It is seen as per the orientation of the column. If the column is oriented in this way, it will show the values in this direction. Okay, but one more thing, for this axial force, as we at the top the axial force value is lowest, and as we move to the base, the foundation level, axial force value is as the highest. Okay, it will move downward and increase the value. Okay, just click on apply, and to see its value, just click on apply here, and you can see that its values are being seen here as the minus of 682. To see it in more detail, right click on this column, and you can see that axial force values are being seen at the bottom most part. Its value is minus of 682.14 kilonewton. Okay, and torsion values are being seen here also, minus of 0.22. Just click on apply, and like this way we check the axial force. To see it, we can see it in the elevation view also. Just click on this elevation. We just choose here as the E grid because we want to see it for this part only. Just click on apply, and you can see that the axial force values, okay, in the elevation view. As we move down from above to down, in every column also you can see that as we move down, the axial force values increases. Just click on close, and just click on close, and just undeform it. Now the two checks are being completed. Okay, now the third check, just make it in the 3D view. The third check, that is the check reaction. Here we will check the whatever the load is been coming at the foundation level, and based on that we make the design the footing. Okay, so for that result, we just move down here to this foundation level, and in this 3D view, just we will be choosing here as the check reaction or display support spring reaction, or we can directly go to this display. In display, we go to this force stress diagram. In it, we just choose this option of the reaction. A window will open of this reaction. In it, 3D view is shown. We generally deal with this dead load plus live load, and here we will choose the plot type as the arrow. We can choose in the two form, arrow or the tabulated, and here in the display result, in the for this component, we can display it in the two forms, as the forces and for the movements. So basically we will be choosing here as the force with respect to the Z. Okay, just click on this apply, and you can see that the values are being seen properly here. You can see these values in the tabulated format, or you can see it in the plan view also. Just move here, and just quickly on apply. The arrow format will not apply here. When you click on this tabulated, we will be able to see that the plan view will be the restraint reaction are being seen here values. Okay, then after, same way we can see these values for this in the tabulated form. For the 3D view, just choose 3D plan and just click on apply, and when you right click on this particularly bottom foundation level, just right click, you can get a restraint reaction window. Here you can see that all the details that with respect to the, these are the axis, 1 axis, 2 axis, 3 axis. This is the 3 axis means the Z axis, 2 axis means the Y axis, and 1 axis means the X axis. You can see that X axis, Y axis, and the upward is the Z axis. Okay, based on that it will work. You can see it for the different result also, fx, fy, fz values are being seen here perfectly. Same way we can add up these values. Okay, like this way you can, when you zoom out here, you can see that all these values are being seen perfectly. We will just close it, and just undeform it, and our third check has been completed. Like this way we check the all the steps. Just undeform it. Okay, by this we get all the values. Now we will be designing. We will start with the designing part. All the analysis part has been completed. We will just if this area is been this window is been very small in size, we want to regain the original 3D view. Just click here on this 3D, set default 3D view. Just click on it, and you can see that the 3D view has been set to default. Okay, like this way it works. All the checks we have discussed here. Now we will see for the designing part.